Hello guys, welcome into my YouTube channel. So today I want to do a quick top-down analysis to see what we'll be expecting in the markets this week. So let's dive right into it. So first I'll start with gold. Now this is a pair that everyone is fascinated about. Everyone wants to trade gold. So I'll start from gold. So I'll start from the monthly time frame so that we can see what is happening and what we'll be expecting this month or this week basically. So from the monthly time frame you can spot that gold is bullish, and you can see we've been having a massive rally to the upside, creating all-time highs. This market has had minimal retracements from this bullish move from what you can see on the monthly. So it started from around 2000, and you can see now we are at 4900 and still going up aggressively. So now let's focus on what you're expecting this week. And now something to note is that this month we had a slight pullback that brought us to around 4400, and you can see as a result of that we covered that area. Okay, so we cannot expect the market to, it has not left a gap at that point, so which is a good thing to see. And now on the weekly time frame you can see the market tap this order block, and we've had some reaction from that level. And on the weekly time frame you can spot a CRT at this level here. Okay, sorry, so we can expect this market to create new all-time highs in the coming days or weeks. So I wouldn't be surprised if we create all-time highs from that level, because I think it has pretty much mitigated these levels down here. Now when you go into the daily time frame you can see we created a lower low and then we created a lower high. So this is more like an SMT, and it just signals reversals in most cases. So we might be reversing to the all-time highs on gold. Now when you look at the 4 hours, this is where we start getting our entry points after determining the market trend. So you can see we have a gap at that level which was mitigated last week, and again the market created another 4-hour fair value gap at that level. So I'll be expecting this market to drop to that level so that we can continue moving up. So we may have something of this sort. We may have that breakout structure and then a retest of that fair value gap, and then we move out. Basically I'll be waiting for such a structure so that I can buy from that fair value gap that we have at that level. So gold, wait for buys from 48.28. So that's my observation on gold. I'm not going to go into the lower time frames because I'm not actively trading it right now. I'll do that during the weekdays, but this is just to give you an overview of what I'm expecting. So the next thing I want to look at is silver. So I want to make this video as short as possible. When you look at silver from the monthly time frame, let's see what silver has done from the monthly time frames. You can see silver tapped this monthly fair value gap at this level here, which is also a good thing because it signals that silver also is reversing, and we are looking forward to the market going higher from where it is. And another interesting thing that happened on silver is when you see last week's candlestick, the way it closed, its body closed above the low of the previous week's candlestick, which is also a good thing on silver. Now when you look at the daily time frame, we have some sort of CRT on the daily, so we can at least expect silver to get to this high at this point here at around 92. So if you're buying silver, this should be your first take profit before you even target the all-time highs at 120. So in the 4-hour time frame, I see silver looks like it's reversing, and you can see this is more of a liquidity sweep that we had down there. So I'll be expecting something like this on silver. May retest this 4-hour candlestick with a wick, which is our order block, which basically did the sweep. So it's a very significant level. So that will be around 71, around the 71 level. So I believe that's silver for you. And now quickly I'll go and look at the JPY pairs, and then you look at the DXY and the USD pairs. So let's quickly look at the JPY pairs. On JPY, I'll start with the most famous one, which is Gbpjpy. So on Gbpjpy, I'm not going to clear my chart because I've already did this analysis on another video. So I noticed it has a problem with sound, so I had to reshoot this again. You can imagine how hectic that is, but yeah, had to do it. So when you look at the monthly time frame on Gbpjpy, you can see last month had some rejection, and then this month's candlestick has already taken last month's high. So that is basically what I can see on Gbpjpy. And another significant thing that I noticed is that GJ is currently sitting at a resistance level, which is a very significant level that could push prices lower, because you see the last time the market was there had a massive drop. So the market could as well reverse from that point, though it's not guaranteed that will happen, but I believe it should be a good level to look at when selling. Now I'll drop down quickly into the daily time frame. So this is the daily time frame, and you can see this high was taken out with a wick. That's why I spotted this as a liquidity sweep. I labeled it as a liquidity sweep because of that. And now when you see a sweep has happened like that, the next drawn liquidity should be the low of that that swing high that has been taken out. Sorry, I have lost the words. So when you look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that clearly, okay, using that. So I placed my entry at this 4-hour fair value gap so that we can sell to this level. So this is a 1:5 RR setup. Now I believe there isn't much to say on Gbpjpy, so I'll quickly go to Eurjpy so that we can see what the market is all about on the other side. So on Eurjpy, we are also having a monthly CRT from what you can see here. For those who understand CRT, you know what I'm talking about, which is signaling sales from the monthly time frame. But it looks bullish when you look at it from the previous month's price action. You can see it has been very bullish, but now I think we are going to reverse for a bit so I can resume the bullish momentum. So on the weekly there isn't much to see, because on the weekly it looks very bullish. Okay, it looks like it's going to take out that high, which is also a possibility. That's why we call it a risk. So on Eurjpy, I'll be expecting to sell from that level on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so that is my supply zone. So I'll be expecting this market to push a bit higher and then drop from there. So again, there isn't much to say on Eurjpy for those who have understood You've seen how I came up with that setup. And now I'll look at Cadjpy. Cadjpy, so the same thing. I'm looking for sales on the monthly time frame. Is spotted as CRT. Now I'll be expecting this market to at least drop from that level. And when you go down to the weekly time frame, it was reacting from a weekly fair value gap. Okay, so this is the weekly fair value gap I'm talking about. We have that weekly fair value gap. Okay, so that's where the market is. It's been consolidating for a while, so we'll see what happens. And I took that entry from also the 4-hour time frame because you have a level there, have that level on the 4-hour time frame. So we'll wait and see the sort of reaction the market is going to give. And now let me go to the DXY. So I'm just doing an overview. The meaning of an overview is that I'm not going into depth in explaining the specific things that I was looking at. So on the DXY, you can see we took out that low. So the next drawn liquidity should be the high. And then when you drop down into the weekly time frame, you can see that liquidity sweep is very clear. So the next thing we are looking for is that high. Do not try to force anything. Just trade what you see. Okay, trade what you see, and this is what I'm saying. A sweep below, so I'm expecting price to go above. So I'm very bullish on the DXY, and again on the daily, I'm also expecting prices to keep moving up. So now that I know the DXY is bullish, I know what to do with Euro USD and Gbpusd. So let's look at Euro USD. So Euro USD, it's also similar. You can see we have a sweep around that level there, and the market is reacting from an order block, a monthly OB, as you can see from that level there. This is a monthly order block. Below that we have a fair value gap which has been tapped. Yeah, so many factors signaling reversals in this market. So the next thing you see on the weekly is still that sweep. So I went into the daily time frame to try and look for the selling zones, okay, and I spotted this daily fair value gap at that level. You see that gap, and when you look at the 4-hour time frame, we still have that fair value gap, and now I placed my entry there with the target at this low. So this is a market I'll be interested in looking at this week, and do not take any trades without confirmations. Now joining the community is going to help with that, because whenever I'll see that these setups are good to take, I'll communicate in the community. So I'll share the link on the comment section so that you can join if you will be interested in taking these trades. So the other market I want to look at is Gbpusd. Now on Gbpusd, it's the same thing as EuroUSD. You can see we had that sweep above, and when you look at the weekly time frame, the sweep is also very visible. So that's why I went down into the daily and 4-hour to find the specific entries. Now on GU, I didn't use the fair value gaps, I used that daily order block. And the 4-hour, you can see we had that fair value gap at this level here. This is a fair value gap, as you can see where my cursor is, and that's where I'm waiting for GU so that we can sell and drop to those lows. Okay, that's what I'm expecting on GU and EuroUSD. Again, do not take these setups without confirmations. So I believe I'll stop there. Those are the pairs that I'll be checking out this week. So we've spotted gold, we've seen silver, we've seen Gbpjpy, Cadjpy, and Eurjpy, and also Gbpusd and EuroUSD. I believe that's a couple of setups. If you're looking for trading opportunities this week, I think those are enough opportunities I've shared with you guys. All you will need to execute in these markets is patience. Just wait for the markets to get there. wait for confirmations, and then after you get the confirmations, do not fear to execute. After executing, hold, do not over leverage, discipline over everything, discipline and patience. So with that, I wish you a peaceful week. I wish you a successful week. Make money this week. And if you're interested in seeing such content in the future, you can subscribe to this channel, like, and also share with the fellow traders you know, and tell them there's a channel that has a lot of knowledge that is needed in the forex industry. So I'll see you next time. I'll be dropping videos weekly at least, okay? And in between the week, if I feel like there's something I need to communicate, I'll also try and drop videos, so more content is coming. And I believe with that we can stop there. See you on the next one.